Hello, Cruising World. Mick the Suit Guy with you. It's Monday, and Monday is Tips Day. And I got some tips myself this week that I've kind of been making notes of on my little phone. So I'm going to go over these with you right now. So it's been a while since I've done my own because I've been getting a lot from other people, but now I have none. So please send me yours. We've had tips on Virgin recently from Julie, including some great tips on hot tubs. You should watch that video. And I've had a lot of cruises on Carnival Miracle. People have been on, they sent me tips from. But so I'd love your tips. I would love some tips if you've been on MSC and to share those ideas with people. Norwegian, any cruise line at all. If it's Carnival, that's fine, but we do get a lot of Carnival tips. So if you have any tips of other cruise lines, please send them to me. My email is coming up at the end of the video. Just be warned, I don't read them in advance. I will read them live and react as I record. Speaking of which, did I put this microphone on? Yes, I did. So we are good. All right, here's my tips for this week. And some of these I've probably done before, but I just got reminded of them the last few tips we did because I see people forgetting to do some of these things. So here's a tip. On the last night of the cruise, when you put your bags out, remember, where are you going to put the clothes that you're wearing? So my point is, you put your clothes out to wear the next day, you go out, you come back, make sure you have a bag big enough to put the clothes in that you are wearing the last night of the cruise, because your big bags are gone at 10. Unless you're lame and go to bed at 8. Does it make you lame? That's debatable. Depends who you're asking. I mean, I'm just saying I wouldn't be in bed at 8 o'clock on the last night of the cruise. But, you know, there's very many times I wake up, and because we live in Florida now, so we drive home from a lot of cruises. And I'm just going to say, there are many mornings of de-embarkation when I wake up and I ask myself, am I okay to drive? I mean, I know I am. But I would never drive drunk, ever. It's the worst. I am the biggest. I'm not going to tell a lie. When I was younger, I got a DUI in England when I was like 18, a long time ago. And did I learn from that? No, because I still drunk and drove, and I'm very embarrassed to say that. So it wasn't until I was probably about 35 that I realized how stupid it was. Not that I could hurt myself, but I could hurt somebody else. So since then, like for the last 25 years, it's like being a reformed smoker. You know, you get worse. So there is nothing I hate more than drinking and driving now, but I'm not going to lie. I found the light because I used to do it really badly sometimes. We'll leave that one there. So yeah, but I would never drink and drive. But I do sometimes ask myself, I think on cruise lines they should give you a free breathalyzer thing that you could test your level when you leave the ship. Moving on. Did you know, and listen, I didn't see this in writing, I was told this when I called into Carnival. Because as my job as a travel agent, I have to call, I ask a lot of questions, and I sometimes think of questions, and I ask them. And I said to them, what is the latest I can add insurance to my cruise? And you know what they told me? Before I give you the answer, tell you, what do you think it is? I'll do that that old Jeopardy thing, and then, which you're now humming in your head. I apologize. But 14 days. So you can add insurance up to 14 days before the cruise. And I believe this is true actually, because with my head issues and my zaps and everything, I've been adding insurance to all my cruises just in case it's so bad I can't go. And we were recently on a cruise on the Mardi Gras, and I added the insurance right about before then. While we're on the subject of insurance, here's a tip for you. Get it in some shape or form. Annual plans, if you travel a lot, are the way to go. If you don't travel much, I do recommend getting it on a Carnival cruise. And here's why. This is an extra tip I'm giving you. This wasn't on my list, but it made me think about it. Here's why I recommend you get insurance. It is not for the cost of the cruise. You can deal with that, right? It's not for the cost of the flight. It's for the medical insurance coverage. You never know when something is going to happen. I saw a story, it was a year or two ago now, but it's always stuck in my mind. Somebody posted this online. Somebody got medevaced off of the ship, and they weren't that old. They were not that old. They were like in their 50s. They got medevaced off the ship, and they posted the bill that they got from their insurance company that they had to pay to cover this, because their insurance company didn't cover the ship. $94,000. I'll say that again. $94,000. Insurance for a cruise is anywhere between, depending on the cruise length, $50 and $150 usually. And don't think just because you're younger you don't need it. I was talking to somebody the other day, and his daughter broke her arm on the cruise, and that cost a lot of money. So I would think about insurance. Like I said, if you travel a lot, an annual plan. Like I use a company called Arch Rome, right? A lot of people use Alliance, and don't quote me on this, but off the top of my head, an annual plan for most people up to like 70 years old, some people older it might be a bit more expensive, is only about $170, $175. No, more like it's $350, yeah, about $175 for the year. That is with $2,500 trip coverage. You can get $5,000, $7,500, $10,000, and then the cost goes up. But realistically, you're getting insurance for the medical. You don't really care about the cost of the trip, right? Because you can all get over that. So get it for the lowest, get it for the $2,500 trip coverage, $175 for the year, and you're covered. So if you cruise more than once, you're better off getting that. Just throwing it out there. But don't come crying to me if you don't get it and you get that $94,000 bill. Everybody should have some sort of insurance when they cruise or travel anywhere. If you want more information, my email's coming up at the end of this video and I can explain it to you a bit more. Oh God, a free one. Okay, here's one. If you are past final payment date and you find a cheaper rate, some people think, oh, I'm past final payment date, there's nothing I can do. Yes, you can. Sometimes the system doesn't allow you to, especially closer to the cruise. Sometimes it doesn't allow you to decrease your offer. Depends on the rate code. There's so much depends on the rate code you book with. It's a lot more than you think. But if you find a cheaper rate and you're allowed to do it, the fare difference, you won't get it refunded to you, but you'll get it added as extra onboard credit. And that can be a decent amount of money. I got a cruise coming up in October. I found a cheaper rate code. I was able to use that cheaper rate code. I got about $300 onboard credit added to my cruise. So don't think because you're past final payment date that you cannot, if you find a cheaper rate code, use it. A lot of people do, believe it or not. Yes, you can. Again, it will just get added as onboard credit. Speaking of that, we'll go back a little bit. We'll go back to like a year before you cruise. You had a rate code that had $50 onboard credit, okay? And you used that to buy cheers. So when you bought your cheers package, you use that $50 onboard credit and away you go. Now you find a cheaper rate code, but it doesn't have any onboard credit. So you save $200, right? So you change to that rate code, save yourself $200. Think it's great, right? Yes, it is, but you use that $50 onboard credit to buy that cheers package or whatever you used it for. Now what's going to happen is that is now going to get cancelled because you no longer have the onboard credit. They're not going to let you just pay $50. They're going to outright cancel it, and then all of a sudden you'll get a refund in your account. What the hell's that for? You don't know. That's what it is. So my point being, be very careful and track what you use your onboard credit to pay for, because if you change that rate code down the line and it has less onboard credit than you used, whatever you used it for is going to get cancelled. When you get that back, you may end up having to pay more to buy it again. Cheers package may have gone up. Wi-Fi may have gone up. Shore excursion costs may have gone up. So be careful and aware of that. Just remember this. If you had onboard credit and you used it, make a note. So if you change down the line and there's less onboard credit, know that what you used it for is going to get cancelled. And my last one today, which is very controversial maybe at the moment, I don't know. We all saw the email that came out recently that now diamonds are forever. Oh, what was the theme track to that? The theme song? Shirley Bassey, I think, sang that song. Most of you don't know who Shirley Bassey is, and it might not have been Shirley Bassey, but if you know Shirley Bassey, you know she was Welsh and had a beautiful voice, an amazing voice. My favourite band of all time are called The Associates, and the singer was called Billy Mackenzie. Wonderful singer. You'd never heard of him, I guarantee it. But he had a song called The Rhythm Divine, and Shirley Bassey sang it, and it was the proudest moment of his life, he said. So look up The Rhythm Divine by Shirley Bassey online and see how beautiful that song is. And then look up my boy, Billy Mackenzie, who sadly committed suicide at a very young age, but one of the greatest singers of our time, in my opinion. Watch him sing it. Anyway, we digress. I've done a whole video on this. We're not going to sugarcoat it. They helped the diamonds out a little bit. Don't forget, they're still losing almost everything they had before, but keeping, you can still get off the ship early. You can still get express line to guest services and stuff. So while you've lost about 80% of the things you had, you're still keeping some of the most important things. Anyway, everybody else is still getting screwed. It's mutton dressed as lamb was my excuse. We did that. Anyway, there's a new casino offer out, so check your emails and see if you have it. They are trying to help you get to those next levels. So you have like another year or so, whatever the date is, I forget, to get to diamond level so you can keep that diamond status. They just brought out a casino code where you can get, depending on the offer, 2 times VIFP days or 3 times. So if you have a 7-day cruise under this offer, you might get 21 days. And that's going to add up pretty damn quick if you do a few of those. And being casino offers, they're very cheap. So check your emails if you get casino deals and see if you have that and you are fairly close to being diamond. I wouldn't worry about it to get the platinum. It's, unless they backtrack on that, and I don't think they will. They keep using the excuse, there's too many platinums for us to do anything. Remember this, they let it get that way. They did nothing. Since I started cruising in 2008, they have done absolutely nothing to address the problem that there are more and more diamonds and platinums. So now they're saying, there's too many platinums. They forget to add that we allowed to happen. And if you question them on it, they just won't answer, as I found out. Anyway, that's by the by. If you're close to diamond and you are a gambler, check for that offer because it might help you get to that diamond level quickly. I mean, of course, if you watch my other videos, we've explained in great depth how easy it's going to be still be diamond if you gamble a reasonable amount. And I broke that down on another one of my videos. We're not going to go into that. But if you're close and you get that offer, do it just to cover yourself. Boom! Wow! What a lot of tips I just gave. And you don't even want to know the pain I went through getting there. These damn nerves, they don't like me talking. Whew! That was a pretty valuable experience, I think, this afternoon or this evening or whatever time it is, whatever day it is. Don't you think so? Yes. I'm talking to all the people around me. There's nobody around me. Julie's in San Diego working. She's going to be there for 7 weeks. 7 weeks on my own, dealing with pain. Who feels sorry for me? Nobody. I know. All right. If you want to subscribe, please do so. there's a little button, there's a little bell next to it. If you click on that, you will get notifications every time one of my videos come out. And next to that, there is a join now button where you can join and become a member, and you get all sorts of perks, including early access to these wonderful videos. Not these ones, the ones I put out on Saturday, which are like port tours and stuff like that. I don't want to oversaturate you with videos. Plus, I can't keep up with coping it. So what I do is, when I make the videos for Saturday, which are, again, port tours, ship tours, something like that, I make them members only. And then the day before I want to publish them, I schedule them. And the pain is getting pretty intense. So, trigeminal neuralgia. You're all going to know the name of that before too long. Look it up. When it's bad, it's bad. Subscribe, hit that bell, join, ask me questions, and with that, I will see you later, Cruising World. I'm not crying, I've just got something in my eye. Well, thanks for watching. I truly appreciate it. If you haven't yet subscribed, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell. You'll get notifications when future videos come out. And also, you'll see to the left and right of me, there are some more of my videos you can watch. Also, you can join my lovely little channel here. Hit that join button next to the subscribe button on my main page. We have 3 different levels you can join at. And if you join at the highest level, I will name a suit after you. And every time I wear that suit, I'll have your name in the pocket. I will sing your name to the rafters, maybe even at karaoke.